And a pleasant good evening here on CCS for Louisiana boys basketball in the postseason, an LHSA Class 5A playoff game between district rivals. The Bonnabel Bruins seeded fourth in Class 5A, visiting number 20 seed West Jefferson. The Bruins, the district champions of 8-5A, look for their second win this season in this very gym. They defeated West Jeff just 3 weeks ago, 76-47. But Buccaneers head coach Kevin Hunt believes tonight will be different, and his team will ready for a second chance to try to overcome a very good Bruins team under longtime head coach Glenn Dyer, led by a dynamic backcourt, a couple of fantastic seniors, and Dante Mitchell, a 5'10 point guard, averaging 17 points a game. And somebody already knows what it's like to be a state champion. Rodney Munson averaging over 21 points a game, a 6'1 scoring guard who started his high school career at De La Salle and helped the Cavaliers win it all. Now in his second year at Bonnabel, trying to do the same for the Bruins. The Bruins 25-5 on the year, swept through the district at 7-0. You might see right now as they warm up their undefeated district championship T-shirts. They'd like to make it 8-0 against district foes. But dealing with a West Jeff team that's healthier than the first time around and playing a slew of seniors, essentially the top 6 Bucks are seniors on this squad. I want to thank the Merritts, Matt and Chip, for producing and filming tonight's game. And I also want to thank the principal here at West Jefferson High School, Mrs. Vanessa Brown-Lewis, and athletic director, Ms. Mary Carter, for allowing us to come here. And Carl Nini, the athletic director of Jefferson Parish, who always helps us out whenever possible to bring you these broadcasts when it involves Jefferson Parish schools like these two matching up tonight. How did these two schools get here? Well, in the first round, it was no problem for Bonnabel at home against Hammond, the 29 seed, as the Bruins rolled to an 83-25 victory. Munson and Mitchell combining for 45 points as Bonnabel dominated the contest. And West Jeff is hosting this game because they were able to win on the road in the bi-district round, defeating Sanama, the 13 seed, 65-53. And this is the best of the 3 teams that Kevin Hunt has had here at West Jeff. At 23-10 overall, they went 5-2 and a very good and deep District 8-5A. Moments away from tip-off from this one tonight, and we want to let you know that we intend to potentially have another high school playoff game in boys action coming up on Friday night. So stay tuned to CrescentCitySports.com for news on that, as well as checking out our daily breakdowns with brackets and schedule of what's going on, not only in the boys playoffs, leading all the way up to March Madness at Burton Coliseum in Lake Charles, but this week is the girls' semifinals and finals, that taking place in Rapides Coliseum in Alexandria, and we'll have news on that all the way throughout the week until late Saturday night. Both boys and girls state playoffs will have 12 schools crowned as champions. The referees for tonight's contest coming in from the Baton Rouge Association, as we're inside what is affectionately known as the Terror Dome, the gym at West Jefferson High School. And the Buccaneers certainly hope that it is an advantage to them playing here tonight, unlike the first matchup. Winner of this contest will move on to face the winner of Lagrange out of Lake Charles at Ponchatoula, a 12 versus 5 seed contest in the bracket. These two teams playing here tonight on the same side of the bracket as number 1 overall seed Thibodaux, who also face a road game this evening, starting right about now at number 17 Hahnville, or actually on the campus of a middle school near Hahnville High School, R.K. Smith Middle School Gym. Key to this game for Bonnabel is simple, and that is push the tempo and put the ball in the hands of Munson and Mitchell. And for West Jefferson, there are no intentions of playing any differently than normal. They like to play up-tempo as well. It's going to be important to knock down a few outside shots early to open up opportunities in the lane. Neither of these teams really heavily feed the post, but Bonnabel also has the advantage of a sophomore in 6'7" Will Allen, who averages a double-double on the season, 11 points and 11 rebounds per contest. So for Bonnabel, watch number 2 Munson and number 23 Mitchell, along with number 14 Allen. Starting lineups for both teams. With Bonnabel, we continue with 6'3" junior Jonathan Brock wearing number 1 and Torrance Bardell, 6'1" junior, wearing number 25. For the hosts tonight, Warren Jones, a 6-foot senior guard wearing number 0. Michael LeBlanc, a 5'11" senior wearing number 5. Antonio Wells, 5'10", wearing a number 11. And jumping up in the middle is Tony White, a 6'3" senior, who helps win the opening tap for West Jeff. And the other starter is Eric Brignac, number 23, at 6'1". Brignac having the ball far side now as West Jeff will work it around the perimeter, try to create opportunities to drive. That shot is blocked on the drive by Mitchell, and here come the Bruins the other way for their first possession of the ball game. Mitchell handing off to Munson. Now near side, first touch of the basketball for Tyron Williams, who's actually a surprise starter here. A change in the lineup from what Coach Dyer gave us earlier. And looks like a sagging defense inside the arc for West Jeff in the man-to-man. No shot clock in high school basketball, 4 8-minute quarters. Munson on the dribble, cut off by Brignac. Now back outside to Williams. In the post, doubled is Allen, who is stripped, and the other way with it with a chance. Wells, who lays it up and in. Defense creating offense for the Bucks for the first points of the game in their home gym. Once more, Williams, top of the key, Allen with it. And behind him, a fumbled handoff leading to a break the other way for White, who lays it up and misses the chip shot. And the rebound for Allen. Great opportunity there for another fast break bucket goes by for the Buccaneers. Allen, top of the arc. Handoff to Tyron Williams. Now it's Munson looking down low for Allen in the mid-block. He spins and shoots the jump hook, no good, but the backside board is an easy bank in for Tyron Williams, and we're tied at 2. Really hard to guard these Bruins because they do have Allen in the post and that guard quickness outside and athleticism to crash the glass as well. Open, Antonio Wells passes up a shot, goes far side to Brignac. Now the ball in the hands of Warren Jones. He flips it to Michael LeBlanc. LeBlanc crossover dribble. West Jeff being patient. Brignac drives and draws the foul in the lane. And the first foul of the game leads to free throws for West Jeff. Shooting to Brignac. As West Jeff will not try to post up very often, always looking for the chance to slash. First foul shot short with another to come. A few fans still strolling into the gym tonight. As West Jeff able to retake the lead as Brignac makes 1 of 2. And West Jeff will apply some pressure in the backcourt, but lobbing over the top to Allen to handle it easily are the Bruins. Williams passes off to Torrance Bardell, his first touch, and he throws it through the legs of Allen, back to Williams, who drives and scores high off the glass and in. Tyron Williams with a nice finish. He has all 4 Bonnabel points. And Bonnabel enjoys their first lead of the night. Both teams familiar with each other, having played just 3 weeks ago, so perhaps the pace slower early as a result. And Bucks head coach Kevin Hunt calls a timeout to discuss matters, although he has to like how this game has started so far, forcing a couple of turnovers and looking very much more prepared this time around to face the Bruins than the 29-point loss previously. Crescent City Sports Prep Basketball is brought to you by Riverlands Insurance in Luling, meeting all your insurance needs. Call Riverlands at 1-800-336-4579 or go to RIVINS.com. That's RIVINS.com. Both teams start the game out with 5 timeouts to work with. West Jeff using their first, and now will inbounds. Trailing by 1. LeBlanc at the point to start the possession. Now here's Tony White, the most athletic of the Bucks, looking to drive, slashing through the defense, shot blocked by Allen. Allen can really get up there. And West Jeff has nobody quite like him to match up. Far side with it is Mitchell, who's not done anything yet and cut off by a pair of defenders. Back to Williams. Mitchell open, now will drive in the lane and kick and throw it away. Had Bardell open on the baseline and fired it instead out of his reach into the end of the West Jeff bench. And it's obvious that the Buccaneers will do everything they can to cut off penetration in the lane, make Bonnabel prove they can hit down the outside shot first. Here's an open corner three, a rain ball off back iron by Jones. Long rebound is lost by Bonnabel. And keeping it down this way, moving right to left, is Antonio Wells, who has it stripped away cleanly by Munson. Loose ball on the floor, trying to save it, and doing so is Bardell. Here comes Munson, his first chance to attack, and a gorgeous finish in traffic on the fast break. His first two makes it 6-3. And the number 4 seeded Bruins, as they extend their defense in the half court. West Jeff needs to be aggressive, and that time the bank shot way off target by LeBlanc. Up the floor, here's Munson drawing the foul. Too strong off the glass, but 2 free throws coming his way. Don't expect either one of these teams, after loose balls and rebounds, to do anything but run whenever available. And that certainly suits Munson, who comes in averaging over 21 points per game. His first free throw is good. Jonathan Brock, who was expected to start this one, checking in, and the big sophomore Will Allen will get a breather. Brock, a 6'3" junior. Munson looking for his 4th point here early, as it rim out on him, and a rebound for West Jeff in the hands of White. West Jeff scored the first bucket of this game and led 3-2. 5-0 Bruins run in progress. Also in for West Jeff, a sophomore point guard, Jeremiah Cook, who has the ball now and launches for 3. Too strong, and another rebound by the Bruins and Brock. Great outlet pass to Williams, who drives baseline. Now trailing and missing the chip shot is Bardell, but the follow, close but no good by Brock, puts him at the line. Bruins clearly the longer of the two teams, and crashing the glass early and having success. Brock looking for his first points. Rattles it home. And if you're West Jeff, you already start to worry about losing touch with the high-scoring Bruins. Second free throw, nothing but net. White with the basketball, perimeter right. Cut off nicely by Bardell. Looks to redirect. Defense waiting, he kicks it outside. Now it's Jones looking to penetrate. Kicking to the near side, not shooting this time is Cook. Pass to midcourt is stolen away. There's Munson, forget about it. Oh, he blows the dunk. But Bruins able to chase it down. Bardell in the lane and is fouled on the floor before the shot. So wave off that basket. And 2 of the officials from the Baton Rouge Association have a discussion, and it will be baseline out of bounds for the Bruins. Cook checks out for West Jeff. They'll bring LeBlanc back in. Actually, they're going to say, I believe that it was a travel inside on the Bruins was the call, so not a foul. And West Jeff with the basketball and really in need of a bucket, trailing by 6 here in the first quarter. Inside 3 minutes to go. Here is DeJour Lloyd for the pull-up jumper that gets the friendly hop. Lloyd, who was injured mid-season, Really only been back to 100% the past couple of weeks. He can provide a spark, the 5'11 senior. And now miscommunication and another Bonnabel turnover, similar to the one we saw earlier, thrown out of bounds by Mitchell. Near side with it and passing up the shot, looking to drive and throwing it away is Lloyd. And that will be an over and back on WestJeff. Both teams trying to probe off the dribble, and then when the defense collapses, kick to open shooters. Seen miscommunication at times. Now here's Munson, who doesn't need to be open to shoot, and the three rims out. Another offensive board for the Bruins. Bardell loses it out of bounds, and it will go to WestJeff. You can see some conversation going on with Buccaneer players and head coach Kevin Hunt. They need to do a better job of putting body on body and boxing out to clear the defensive boards. But only down 4 at the moment with the basketball in the front court. Here's LeBlanc to the right wing. Not shooting as well as passes it back out. Pass back, top of the arc to White. Now near side, Lloyd. Lloyd's going to look to attack again. To the corner, LeBlanc. LeBlanc leap and leaner passed up to give it up to Jones, who pulls up for the baseline jumper. That's off target. Here comes Tyron Williams, keeping it himself after the board, and his runner's off target. And a late whistle is a loose ball foul. That's going to go against Jonathan Brock and Bonnabel. If anything, perhaps, Bonnabel being a bit impatient to the benefit of West Jefferson. Nearing the end of the first quarter, and a 4-point ball game between the number 4 and 20 seeds in 5A. Lloyd in traffic draws the foul on the pull-up in the lane. He was patient there on the jump stop. Got himself a pair of free throws. Looks like the foul going against Torrance Bardell. Lloyd, the first of 2, short. The second free throw, though, is in. I told that our friend VK Jones is watching right now to broadcast games for the 2 iterations of this website in the past. What's up, VK? Good basketball game here. I know you'd love to see it. Here on the dribble, Theo Johnson. Baseline open. Brock slashes across the lane and cannot score it with the left hand. Loose ball fighting on the floor, and it looks like it will be called out of bounds off of Tony White and the Buccaneers with 42 seconds left to go in this first quarter. 9-6 the score. And looking to work it in is Mitchell to Munson, who throws it over the head of the cutting teammate Brock, but the Bruins able to chase it down. Munson with it once more, setting screens for him all over the top of the arc, and he makes a gorgeous runner. About a 15-footer with an amazing touch. You can see his talent and why he's such a great scorer. Looks like WestJeff will hold for 1, down 5 late in the period. Game clock now inside 10. Bruins in a 2-3 zone, and Lloyd tried to throw through it. Munson comes up with the steal. He launches with a second to go. Too strong, and we reach the end of the opening quarter. And it is the number 4 seed Bonnabel Bruins leading 11-6 over the 20th seed. As we head to quarter number 2 of this one, we want to let you know that Crescent City Sports Prep Basketball is brought to you by Gibbs Construction, a leader in the construction industry in Louisiana and the Gulf Coast for more than 35 years, transforming dreams, visions, and plans into reality. Gibbs Construction. Jude Young with you on the West Bank as a battle of District 8 5A rivals. In a winner-take-all matchup. Looking to move on to the quarterfinals in Class 5A, which puts you one step away from March Madness and the Class 5A Final Four over in Lake Charles. McNeese State no longer plays their home games in Burton Coliseum because they have a brand new on-campus facility that I just saw a couple days ago, as a matter of fact, built to the price of $40 million, and it is a very nice 4,000-seat arena. But Burton Coliseum can accommodate a larger crowd, and there will be big crowds there as usual for the state finals. An obviously agitated Glenn Dyer, Bonnabel head coach, having a conversation along with one of his assistants during the break, and now we're back to action. The possession to West Jeff. Looking to drive here and traveling with the ball before the pass off is Tony White. Both teams again collapsing on the lane against the dribble drive. The only Buck who had a lot of success getting himself opportunities inside was DeJour Lloyd in the first quarter. Outside with it, Brock for the Bruins, handing off to Mitchell. Mitchell's been quiet here so far. Feeds it to Allen, who loses the ball on his hip. And it looks like Allen is called for a foul on the reach-in, as Wells, who stole it, was headed the other way. Ronnie Patton in for the Bruins, a 6'4 sophomore to replace his fellow 10th grader Allen, who has a couple of fouls here in the first quarter. Or first half, I should say, as we're early in the second quarter. Here is Lloyd. He takes his first outside probe. That's no good. And clearing the glass of the Bruins, coming the other way. Munson will take an NBA range three and miss it too strong. Long rebound chased down outside and lost out of bounds by the Bucks as Tony White tried to keep it in bounds on the near side. And West Jeff would have had numbers if he could have done so. And upset White will check out of the ball game. Bruins going with Jones, LeBlanc, and Lloyd, along with Brignac and Wells. Mitchell passing left wing, open, and missing the three is Williams. Rebound cleaned up off the floor by Lloyd. Quick outlet the other way, Wells. Cross-court pass to Jones, who drives, draws contact, and finishes against contact off the back of the room. Munson now with the ball in his hands. We'll see if Bonnabel exhibits a little more patience here. Mitchell, and now Williams with it. Passing up the shot, Mitchell drives, pull-up jumper, foul line is good. There was a little bit more spacing and patience, and the first bucket for Mitchell. Reestablishes a two-possession lead for Bonnabel. They've led by as many as 6 in this one. Baseline with some room to work with. Brignac reverse layup, though. Probably should have used the glass on the miss. Here's Munson. He's not going to slow down. He's going to miss the bank shot, but the follow rebound leads to free throws as Ronnie Patton will go to the line for a pair. Bonnabel has had great success in the past 3 seasons leading up to this one, including a state finals appearance in 2017. A couple of trips to the quarters sandwiched around that as Patton missed the first free throw. The rest brief for Tony White as he checks in for LeBlanc. They need White's athleticism out there to help with the rebounding. Second free throw off back iron, fighting for the board with the putback is Jonathan Brock. Rebounding defensively, a big issue for West Jeff as Bonnabel takes their biggest lead of the ball game inside 6 minutes to go first half. Bruins sticking with the zone here, the 2-3. trying to make West Jeff prove they can knock down the outside shot. Here's Lloyd between the rings. Back left wing, Jones, who will launch one, and talk about proving it. That was well behind the arc and good. Mitchell handing off near side and double teamed and getting rid of it quickly as Munson back to Mitchell, who will probe baseline. Good ball movement, Bonnabel. Long three missed by Munson. Another offensive board by the Bruins. Put back won't go for Patton. Fighting inside for it, Brock. And finally, West Jeff able to clear it with Tony White. And down the floor, the pass out of the reach and off the fingertips of Eric Brignac, who says he didn't touch it, but from our angle, he did indeed touch it last. Tough pass to handle with a Bruin in front of him. If he could have caught it, he'd have had a layup. Good stretch there by Patton, who checks out. Keyshawn James, a 6'5 junior, in for him. As the Bruins have the basketball. And here at the foul line, open is James, who shoots an air ball. But chased down by Bardell, who spins on the baseline and is fouled on the mid-range jumper. West Jeff making shots difficult in the half court for the Bruins, but having difficulty themselves in the rebounding department. First free throw by Bardell, too strong. Bardell trying to split the trip here and does. 5-point advantage for the Bruins. Lloyd, in the first matchup between these two teams, was coming back from injury and wasn't very good. Wasn't very good there as he was stripped. Other way with it, layup. Missed an easy one, Mitchell. Loose ball on the floor. Lloyd trying to pick it up, and he's fouled. And that an easy call to make, as diving into him was Tyron Williams. Fifth foul of the first half on the visiting Bruins. Lower scoring affair than expected so far as we tick towards the halfway mark of the second quarter. Both teams more familiar with each other the second time around and defending very well. That ball deflected out of bounds far side by Williams and the Bruins. Looking to work it in as Jones throws it to half court and skying for it as Wells and then turns it over. Here's Mitchell the other way. This layup he won't miss. And steals the inbounds and comes up with another. Huge sequence for the Bruins as Mitchell has gotten it going with defense. A pair of steals. And the biggest lead yet for Bonnabel is 9. Now looking to get part of it back and hitting a gorgeous floater on the baseline right is Jones. Munson looking to get on the act, will pull up and shoot one for 3 straight away. No good, and the board picked up by Jones. Quickly the other way, and knocked out of bounds, intended for Wells as Munson hustled back defensively after the miss. We have a timeout on the court, called a 30-second timeout by the Bonnabel Bruins. And I can only guess that Coach Dyer wants to see his team have better shot selection. If it's not there on the initial break, be patient. Dyer, a veteran, excellent local coach. His counterpart, Kevin Hunt, played college basketball, started his career at Arkansas State, and coached in Arkansas, including in a pair of state championship games. Wound up coming down to Louisiana to help start the program at what was Miller McCoy, then wound up working in Jefferson Parish and ending up the head coach here at West Jefferson in his 3rd season. The inbounds goes to Brignac as we're back to action. West Jeff down 7. And again, seeing this 2-3 zone from the Bruins. Lloyd and Jones outside. Lloyd able to drive and one, finishing. And Lloyd, absolutely a difference maker. And the only Buccaneer able to consistently break down the Bonnabel defense. Chance to make it a 4-point game, and he does. Munson now bringing the ball across the timeline. Gets a hard screen from James, kicks baseline to Bardell. Bardell back to James at the foul line. Near side with it, Williams. Williams on the dribble. Finds a wide open teammate, Bardell, and the shot is blocked on the baseline by Terrell White. Quick pull-up jumper, Mitchell won't fall. Fighting for the rebound, a loose ball foul will go against Bonnabel. And it should be Munson whistled for the personal. West Jeff refusing to go quietly. And that is team foul number 7, so it'll be a walk down to the other end of the floor for a 1-and-1. The Buccaneers have scored 6 straight. Chance to keep the run going with White. Read the big block just moments ago. Only a freshman at 6'3". One of 2 freshmen that Kevin Hunt said that he really liked for his future, along with DeQuan Royal at 6'2". First one in the bonus of the ball game. And the freshman not able to convert. The rebound is ripped away by Bardell. Munson wanting a screen early, receives it from James. And a block is called on the pass to Williams, looking to drive on the baseline far side. 5th team foul on West Jefferson. So the Bruins will work it in on the baseline with Mitchell. Mitchell lobbing inbounds, open Williams, but he prefers to drive. Cut off at the elbow. Back to Munson. Munson bumped and drawing contact, and that's clearly a foul before the shot. The official confirms it, so a 1-and-1 chance for the Bruins' leading scorer coming, one would think. No, not yet. That's his team foul number 6, so one away from the 1-and-1 with 2:34 left in the half. A run triggered by Mitchell is looking to work it in. Had Bonnabel up 20-11. Last 2 minutes have belonged to West Jeff. Inbound here and open is James, who can't score it. A lot of point-blank shots being missed by Bonnabel, but James gets it back, loses it in the air, and it's grabbed by Bardell, who tried to dribble it out and had it stripped away. And it's an obscene advantage at this point on the glass for Bonnabel. Really the reason why they're leading in this ball game. Brock checks in for James. And the inbounds is caught by Mitchell. Looks to attack quickly. Loses the ball, but able to tap it back to save a turnover to Bardell. Williams. Hesitation drive. Draws contact. And one off the glass. Heck of a finish there by Tyron Williams. The junior a bit of a surprise starter tonight, but he plays a lot. And he has his team up 5 as we have a timeout called by West Jeff, with 2:14 to go in this first half. One of the hardest parts of having the high school playoffs in this particular area this time of year is Mardi Gras season usually falls right in the middle of it. But no parades going on tonight in a key night for playoff games. We'll try to get you an update from the other part of this section of the bracket with Ponchatoula and Lagrange matching up on the North Shore. Winner of that one plays the victor of this contest. After the timeout, 2 free throws coming for Tyron Williams. Or 1 free throw to complete the 3-point play, pardon me. And too much juice on that one, and a loose ball foul, easy to see, going against the Bruins and Jonathan Brock. So we'll walk to the other end again. And it's West Jeff who will have a shot at another 1-and-1. With Eric Brignac, the 6'1 senior, stepping to the strike. The Bucks right where they want to be, but can they knock down free throws? When they're free, they cannot, and that'll be, it looks like a foul going to the other end on the loose ball, and it is on the reach in by Shamini Sneed, a 5'9 senior. We just checked into the ball game, and his head coach not pleased with giving up that foul, and the free throws on team foul number 7, the first 1-on-1 chance for Bonnabel, as Brock will tuck in his jersey first. And once he's done with that, the official will give him the basketball. Antonio Wells back in for West Jeff, and Sneed will come out with more instruction coming his way from his head coach. 1-and-1 for Brock. Beautiful rotation and splash. Critical time here if you're West Jeff. Want to stay in range after playing pretty well here in the first half against the favored Bruins. Second free throw, the friendly roll on the soft shot. Bonnabel up 7 now. Again, their biggest lead was 9 earlier in the quarter as we tick towards 2 minutes before halftime. At the point, LeBlanc. Outside with Jones, who has it now. Warren Jones back to LeBlanc, trying to spread out this Bonnabel zone. Jones back to LeBlanc. Now in the corner, a chance to drive for Lloyd, who's been good at doing it. He loses it on the floor. Brignac recovers, feeds his teammate Wells to lay it up and in. It wasn't pretty, it was effective. And the deficit back to 5. Now an over-the-top pass and a good one to Bardell by Williams, who has to dribble it out. Mitchell bringing it to the middle of the floor, asking for movement off the ball as Brock steps out for the catch. Now open Williams from downtown. Tyron Williams, about a 23-footer. Had a big first half, and the lead is 8 for Bonnabel. And if you're West Jeff, and guys other than Munson and Mitchell are taking long-range threes, you'll live with it. LeBlanc directing traffic. Passes near side, a chance to drive for Brignac. Kicks it outside, but not thinking along those lines for a chance to shoot it was Jones. Once again, LeBlanc banks it in. Is it an offensive foul? It is. Wipe out the basket. Munson, who's been as much of a factor defensively as offensively, helping out there. Ticking towards 40 seconds to go in the half. Don't think Bonnabel is inclined to hold for one. They're looking for the first shot they can come up with against now man-to-man defense. And they don't have to worry about that because of a reach-in foul. Warren Jones will put Munson at the line. Not what was intended. James in, Brock out for Bonnabel. And on team foul number 10, makes it even worse if you're the Bucks. 2 shots coming the way of Munson. And the first one rims out. Bonnabel hasn't shot it very well from the floor at the line in this half. Been good enough on the glass as Munson looks to match the biggest Bruins lead. Able to do so. And one would suspect the Bucks would like to hold for one if they can in the final seconds of the half. Jones to Lloyd, but Lloyd always seems to want to attack as his shot blocked on the scoop. And they try to pick the pocket in due of Patton and leads to a layup. Brignac, the steal in the bucket. 10 seconds to go. Over the shoulder pass, Munson. Feed from Williams, and a tough call. Goes against Jones, and the gym doesn't like it. That looked like an awfully clean block. But the baseline official didn't see it that way, and Patton will go to the line for a pair of free throws with 6.3 seconds to go in the half. First time we've seen the home crowd upset. Patton, first of 2 off target. Not a given. West Jeff will be able to clear the boards here. We'll see. It doesn't matter. Free throw good. 8-point Bonnabel lead. Inside 5 seconds to go. West Jeff will have to shoot quickly, looking to do so as well. Spinning, shooting, missing the layup just before the buzzer. Had a great opportunity and couldn't cash in at the end. As we reach the half in this regional Class 5A playoff game, it's the favored Bonnabel Bruins, seeded 4th, leading number 20 seed West Jeff, 29-21. And what's been an entertaining and, as expected, up and down affair on the West Bank so far. We'll be back for half number 2 coming up in a few moments. This is Crescent City Sports Prep Basketball, and we're happy to be with you on this Tuesday night in the postseason in Louisiana high school basketball. Couple minutes away from half number 2 here at West Jefferson, with Bonnabel leading 29-21. Tyron Williams is a bit of a surprise starter for the Bruins, leading scorer in the ballgame with 9 points. The junior complimenting both Rodney Munson and Dante Mitchell, the usual suspects for the 4th seed, with 6 points apiece, and leading way for West Jeff. Warren Jones with 7. Deshaun Lloyd has been a factor off the bench as well, with 5 points in the contest. Down 8. If you're West Jeff, you feel both good and bad about it. Good that you're very much in the ball game in what was in many ways an evenly played first half, but not happy that you didn't take more advantage of good defense and some shooting struggles for Bonnabel. Bruins missed some good looks inside and had several of them due to offensive rebounds. As mentioned, winner of this one to move on to take on the winner of Ponchatoula and Lagrange. That is a 5 versus 12 seeded ball game. Bonnabel will have the ball to start the second half, with a chance to go and take down their biggest lead. For both teams, this early part of the third quarter, one would think, would be critical. For Bonnabel, a fast start could help you potentially put this game away. And if you're West Jeff, if you want to be close late, you need a strong start to this third period. No changes from the starting lineup for the Bruins. It will be Mitchell, Munson, Williams, Allen, and Bardell on the floor. And for West Jeff, Antonio Wells and Tony White, I should say, out there with Warren Jones, Eric Brignac, and Michael LeBlanc. So both teams going with the same 5 that started this game out. And Bardell will inbounds. And Williams, the leading scorer, with the ball first to start the half. Bardell back to Williams, who's open, thought about the shot after a dribble, passed it off to Mitchell. Mitchell crossing over, kicking at the top of the key to Munson. Once again, Williams with space to work with, doesn't shoot. Instead, a no-look pass, baseline jumper off target for Bardell. Another offensive rebound for Bonnabel. The story of this game so far. Will Allen with it. Around the arc, open 3, Williams. Tyron Williams, his second long ball of the game. He's got a dozen. And the first double-digit lead of the night for Bonnabel is 11. Here's Jones. Bonnabel will stick with the 2-3 zone. Far corner, Wells. One-handed pass off target. Allen almost stole it. West Jeff recovers. Miss in the lane by White. Long rebound on the floor to Mitchell. 2-on-2 the other way. Mitchell keeps it. Shot blocked away by Jones. Loose ball chased down by White and the Buccaneers. LeBlanc pushes. LeBlanc draws contact. No whistle. Rebound lost out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by West Jeff, and that's a tough call, as it looked like Bardell had possession of the ball and was falling backwards, almost running backwards. And I think an explanation is being asked for by West Jeff head coach Kevin Hunt. But the call stands, and Bonnabel has the basketball up by 11. Allen, one bounce dribble handoff, 3-ball, Mitchell won't go. Williams with the offensive board, jump hook off target. Ball on the floor, last touch by Tony White. And I don't know why White, who fighting for the loose rebound, was not able to come up with the ball. Actually, it's going to be a change, and they're going to say last touch by Bonnabel. I think the officials had it right the first time. But a missed call a moment ago evened things up. West Jeff looking for their first points of the second half. The only score, the second 3 of the game by Tyron Williams of Bonnabel. Here is Lloyd back in and creating. Shot blocked by Williams. Follow rebound good by that man. DeJour Lloyd, the senior. Give him 7. We're back to a 9-point game. Now Munson for 3. He had space that time and posed after knocking down his first 3 ball. 9 points in the ball game for Munson. And the biggest lead yet for Bonnabel. Jones will pull up for a long 3. And he's now in double figures with 10. Needed that response, did WestJet, but quickly baseline Mitchell missing the floater from 5. Wells pulls it up after rushing forward. Now here's Lloyd after a steal attempt by Munson. Has a shot blocked by Allen. Second rejection for him in the quarter. 3-on-1 the other way. Bruin scoop layup good by Munson. 5 points for him in the third quarter. He now has 11. And back to a double-digit lead for the Bruins. And Munson comes up with a steal far side. Has Mitchell in front of him, decides to keep it. It's poked away by Jones. Doing just enough. And they're going to say last touch by Jones and WestJet. So Mitchell will trigger on the baseline here. 37-26. Bonnabel looking for more. Munson misses the 3. Tough board in traffic for Lloyd, who keeps it himself. And you know he's looking to attack. Sets up an open 3 near corner. That's an air ball, but laid up good by Jones. On the miss by Antonio Wells. Jones with 5 straight Bucks points. Now has a dozen. Back to a 9-point game. Williams, far side. Gets it back from the baseline. And is called for a travel, trying to pass through a double team. Williams will take a seat. And 5'11 sophomore Theo Johnson will see some minutes here in the third quarter. We didn't see him. And that glorious head of hair in the first half. I'm jealous. White gives it off into the corner and dribbling out as Wells. Lloyd back to Wells. Pull up 18-footer. Nothing but net. Patience in finding the space in the zone there. And WestJet hanging around halfway through this third quarter, down 7. Johnson, first touch of the ball, feeding Allen. Bank shot from the elbow, won't go. Allen bullies his way inside, though, for the rebound and bucket. Allen's been a force in this third quarter after a quiet first half. Now looking to penetrate and fouled on the floor before the shot is Tony White on the reach-in. Looks like it was Bardell called for the foul. And that's the first foul of the half called at the 3:24 mark. Feed inside open is Brignac, but the reason why, I believe, is a 3-second violation, as Eric Brignac was caught camping out in there. So wipe out the bucket, still a 9-point game. Johnson passing out to Bardell. Now around the arc to Dante Mitchell. Mitchell feeding baseline Bardell, floater good. Bardell took advantage of the space rather than settling for the jumper and put his team back up by 11. Now looking to penetrate Warren Jones, drawing the foul. More gaps in the zone after hitting a couple of jumpers for WestJet, when their preference is to drive first. Jones looking to work it in, having trouble doing so. May get a 5-second count, and he does, it looks like. Or did WestJet get the timeout? Head coach Kevin Hunt did get the timeout called in time. And it is a 30-second timeout. Crescent City Sports Prep Basketball is brought to you by Gills Bar. For more than half a century, offering services, solutions, and support for businesses and associations looking for happier constituents and healthier bottom lines, and headquartered on the North Shore. To learn more on how Gills Bar can help your business, visit gillsbar.com. So the timeout saves a turnover. West Jeff has 3 of those remaining. And looking to inbound and open, and then having it stripped away from him is Lloyd. Other way with it, Bruins. Mitchell driving down deep will dribble it out. West Jeff playing a more aggressive man-to-man here, and that's giving Allen an opportunity to post up. He had a serious mismatch on DeJour Lloyd, who fouled him down low on the catch. First foul of the half on the Buccaneers. Mitchell has a man wide open in the middle of the lane. Didn't see Bardell. Throws it in the backcourt, and chasing it down is Jones. Layup missed. Follow is good, though, by Brignac. We've seesaw between a 9 and 11-point Bonnabel lead for a while. Now Johnson creates, stripped away from Allen. Looked like he was going to have a chance to score again down low. And the Bruins again looking to work it in underneath their own hoop. Lob to Allen, shot blocked by White. Other way with it, Jones ahead of the pack, fouled and one off the glass. Munson tried to meet him in the air at the rim, but Jones just had a little more momentum and a great finish after contact. 14 points for Warren Jones, who steps to the stripe, trying to make this a 2-possession game again. Free throws up and in. 41-35. Bonnabel with the lead, and Jonathan Brock will check into the ball game for Torrance Bardell. Late third quarter, the underdog 20 seed staying in range. Mitchell at the point, passing off to Johnson down low. Allen loses control of it. Loose ball in the lane is saved by Bonnabel. Here's Mitchell kicking outside. Open 3, Johnson will not fall. Loose ball foul goes against the Bruins. Good chances again for Bonnabel. Theo Johnson, or actually correction, Jonathan Brock called for the foul on the over the back. Again, when these teams met in the regular season, the unbeaten district champion Bruins won 76-47. This game, far different. Here's Lloyd. Baseline drive, Wells, rejected by Allen. Munson the other way, fouled between a pair of Buccaneers. Could have been Wells, could have been White. White had to pick himself up off the floor. I believe he was called for the personal. Team foul number 2 on West Jeff with 1:36 to go in the half. And a last-second substitution coming by the Bucks is Michael LeBlanc will replace Wells. He's got a bit of a limp to his gait as he goes to the end of the bench. He'll get a chance to rest and recover here. And a trainer will come take a look at him as well. Bonnabel with the ball, only up 6 here, as Munson looks to make something happen. Step back jumper, rattles out on him. Good rebound by White to chase it down. To Lloyd. Lloyd cut off immediately. Passing around the arc, corner 3, and a foul is called on Munson as he got caught up underneath the legs of Warren Jones. Munson doesn't like the call, but when you contest shots like that and you get too close, you risk situations like this. 3 free throws for Warren Jones. First one in. Jones, the 6-foot senior, having an outstanding ball game. Second of 3, also in. If he makes the third, we've got a one-possession game. West Jeff currently on a 12-2 run. Make it 13. 17 points for Warren Jones. And we have a good one. And a winner-go-home playoff game on the West Bank. Clock ticking towards a minute to go in the third. Outside on the dribble, Johnson passing out of the double team to Mitchell, gets it back. They'll look the trap. The sophomore immediately. Allen fed inside, and a late whistle goes against West Jeff. And a stunned Jones talks to one of the officials, not the one who called it. And Allen will go to the line. The chances have been there against the tight man-to-man defense that's looked to trap outside for Allen here in the third quarter. Averaging 11 points and 11 rebounds per game. Shooting two here. First one off target. Wells appears to be okay, and he'll come in to sub Jones with less than a minute to go in the third quarter. We'll see Warren Jones, I'm sure, for most of, if not all, the final period. Second free throw doesn't go. And West Jeff could conceivably tie it here on this possession. White looks to drive, loses the basketball off his knee. And that not a wise decision by him, although his head coach arguing his case. Tried to drive between Theo Johnson and Rodney Munson and lost the basketball. Under 40 seconds to go in the period. Bonnabel with just a 3-point lead. And it is a steal by Lloyd. 2-on-1. Lloyd, step under, draws the foul and one. Count the basket. And the Buccaneers have a chance to tie this game as they have dominated the last 4 minutes. Lloyd has been an absolute spark plug throughout the contest off the bench. And with 29.6 seconds to go, he could tie the ball game here. Take a moment to clean up the sweat off the floor. Safety first. And I will say Kevin Hunt's done a little bit of everything since this broadcast crew arrived here about 90 minutes before tip-off. As most high school head coaches are in charge of pretty much everything that goes on in their gym. And Hunt smiles about it for a moment. He has to be happy with the way his underdog Buccaneers are playing right now. Lloyd looking to tie the ball game. And he does. First tie in this one since it was 2-2 in the first quarter. Here's Johnson keeping possession. Passing back out to Munson. Back to Johnson. Wanting it down low is Allen. Instead, Mitchell holds and looks. Johnson in the corner again. Will keep his bounce as the clock ticks inside. 10 seconds to go. Johnson against Lloyd. Here's Allen looking to set a screen. Step back three is an air ball. And it will go out of bounds with 0.4 seconds to go in quarter number 3. And I think West Jeff will just inbounds and heave a prayer. Hits a girder on the roof. And we are through 3 on the campus of West Jefferson High School. The 20th seed hosting this one finishes the third quarter on an amazing run of 16-2 to tie the ball game at 41, setting up a thrilling final 8 minutes and maybe more in this Class 5A playoff game. Crescent City Sports Prep Basketball is presented by Yale College Inn and Rockin' Bowl. College Inn, a true New Orleans farm-to-table restaurant, open Tuesday through Saturday for dinner, and the home of the New Orleans Prep Sports Hall of Fame. The history of high school sports in this great city and area captured on the walls all over the restaurant at Yale College Inn, thanks to our good friend Ron Bricado. West Jeff will have the ball with a chance to take the lead. The Buccaneers led 3-2, and not since. Lloyd with it to start the quarter. And Bonnabel's been in zone throughout most of the night. And West Jeff has no problem shortening this game if Bonnabel wants to stay back defensively. They've gotten where they wanted, a tight ball game in the final quarter. Pass outside, deflected. Now Lloyd has to save it at half court, and a foul is called when he does on Jonathan Brock. And the team fouls here have mounted up early in the second half. That's the 7th committed by Bonnabel, which means we've reached the bonus for West Jeff. A 1-on-1 chance for Tony White. Tyron Williams back in for the Bruins as Brock will take a seat. White with the 1-on-1. Lefty shoots and cannot get it to go down. Williams with the board. And we stay tied, at least for the moment. Mitchell and Munson outside. Lob to the corner to Williams. Williams back out top to Mitchell. Mitchell, floater, too strong. Rebound, West Jeff and Tony White. Lloyd will slow it up. Almost a minute into this final quarter. First tie of the ball game since 2-2. White puts his shoulder down, tries to pass it off, but Munson deflects it out of bounds. And that gives the Buccaneers a chance to sub in LeBlanc, who's a good facilitator at the point. Warren Jones leading the way in scoring. Has the ball in the backcourt on the inbound now. He has scored 17. And Bonnabel extending the defense as West Jeff's been patient, but Lloyd has it stripped away. Outlet to Mitchell as it knocked away by Jones out of bounds. There is a danger of trying to slow it up and be patient when you've been more attack-minded throughout a ball game. And perhaps we're seeing that from West Jeff. As LeBlanc comes right out of the ball game. Wide open, here's Williams. Has it stripped away, though, and it's out of bounds off of the Bucks. Near the corner, far sideline. That'll break down on the inbounds defense, and West Jeff fortunate enough to get a hand in there to prevent the layup try by Williams. Munson has it ripped away. Bad pass from Mitchell. Brignac stole it. Brignac dunks it. And the Bucks are in the lead. And this place is getting fired up as you'd expect. Now Johnson driving and kicking. Munson slips on the dribble, saves it, but it said it is out of bounds. Tyron Williams stepping on the end line. Actually, they're going to say his back trail foot on the catch was on the sideline in the corner for the turnover. And Bonnabel discombobulated a gym where they won by 29 3 weeks ago. And now they're in an absolute dogfight with 6 minutes to go. Here's Lloyd drawing the foul and going to the line. He beat Johnson on the dribble. Allen came to help, but Johnson got him from behind. Lloyd will try to add to the number 20 seed's lead. First free throw in. 8 team fouls on Bonnabel to just 3 here in the second half on WestJet. The dominant run continues for WestJet. 20-2 and counting, dating back to the third quarter. Munson double team. Passes off to Johnson, cross court to Mitchell. Mitchell, pull up, no look pass, Allen layup. And that's what a point guard's supposed to do there, create for his teammates. Mitchell does. Drawing his team back within 2. And a big bucket after this long stretch of struggles for the Bruins. Now Lloyd, space to work with, to the hole. Shot blocked, but saved in the corner by White. But White traveled with the basketball. Couldn't slow his momentum and took a step too many. Munson will tie his right shoelace before we get back to action. WestJet will conserve a little bit of energy here, although it looks like Brignac will pressure Munson across the timeline with 5:20 to go. Far side open 3, Johnson, an air ball, but right place, right time. Layup good by Tyron Williams to tie the ball game. Williams along with Munson in double figures for Bonnabel. 4 straight points for the Bruins. Now looking to get the lead right back, and getting himself to the line is Tony White. Munson called for the foul. And we'll see down low as, unfortunately, high school gyms can be tight, and White's right leg seems to be an issue. You have a post there, or a bit of a concrete pillar, you should say, or call it, sticking out from the brick wall and off to the side of the padding, but quickly back to his feet is White. Good to see. And WestJet will be able to make a substitution for White. And Michael LeBlanc can shoot the free throws. The 9th team foul on the Bruins there, so 2 free throws here and then double bonus the rest of the way for the Bucks. As LeBlanc will try to help his team retake the lead. And he does, with another to come. Bonnabel has been at least to the state quarterfinals each of the last 3 seasons. And they are 25-5 on the year and a definite state title contender if they can escape the WestJet gym tonight. And they are down 1 after the second free throw is missed on the rebound by Will Allen in the front court with it, Munson. Johnson feeding Allen, double team down low, but he scores softly from the right block. And Bonnabel back in the lead. Their first lead of the quarter. And a timeout called by WestJet as Kevin Hunt checks to see if he has a 30-second timeout remaining. And it will be a full timeout charged to the home team. Crescent City Sports Prep Basketball is presented by Ye Old College Inn and Rock and Bowl. Rock and Bowl now with 2 locations on South Carrollton Avenue in New Orleans and Jefferson Street in downtown Lafayette. See a full schedule of entertainment at Rock and Bowl. Got a potential upset happening. Another seed able to earn a second round home game was number 17 Honville. And how about this? They're up 52-47 over number 1 seed Thibodaux here in the Class 5A bracket. So you have 2 potential major upsets going on this side of the biggest non-select school bracket. That playoff game between Thibodaux and Honville taking place at R.K. Smith Middle School Gym. This one on the campus of WestJet. between District 8 5A rivals. And West Jeff with the basketball down 1 after the timeout. 4:38 left. LeBlanc directing traffic, middle of the floor. Bonnabel now playing man-to-man defense, almost stolen but recovered by LeBlanc, kicking to the corner, driving Wells, shot blocked, a monster rejection by Will Allen out of bounds. So Bonnabel has been coaxed out defensively. Glenn Dyer giving his team a chance to attack man-to-man and try to create turnovers, but that also creates one-on-one matchups off the bounce for the Bucks. Inbound from the baseline. And back outside into the hands of LeBlanc. LeBlanc drives. LeBlanc high off the glass, doesn't get it to go down. Williams will slow up, put the ball in the hands of Munson, the money man for the Bruins. Nearly down to the 4-minute mark. Here's Johnson, too strong off the glass. 3 Bruins fight for the ball. Allen able to come up with it for Bonnabel. Mitchell double teamed on the near side. Back to Tyron Williams. Williams over the shoulder pass, wide open set shot, 3 by 3-0 Johnson. He poses with it afterwards. And a timeout by Bonnabel, 30-second timeout, as they extend their lead back to 4 with 3:47 to go. Monster shot there by the sophomore, Theo Johnson, who's been left open repeatedly since checking in here in the second half. Finally makes West Jeff pay. You're not going to go through a 32-team playoff bracket very often without being tested. Bruins were not tested in the first round by Hammond. But they're getting all they want here now by West Jeff. We were tied at 41 through 3. West Jeff had a brief lead, but now down 4. As DeJour Lloyd back on the floor with the basketball. He's been dangerous off the dribble. Far side to Tony White. White attacking Munson, gets by him, cannot make the layup on the scoop. Munson clears the glass and he's fouled. Just team foul number 4 on West Jeff. Looks like the foul going on Tony White. And West Jeff will apply pressure in the backcourt. Not guarding the inbounder, though. That's Williams, who fires it up near half court. And double teamed is Johnson, but getting it across the timeline to Mitchell. Munson told to clear out by Dante Mitchell. At the foul line, wide open, not shooting is Williams. He spins and loses the basketball. Tap save to Johnson. He leaves his feet with no one to pass it to and throws it out of bounds. And Munson upset as he didn't see the ball on that possession. Three minutes left, 4-point game. West Jeff down, but with it. Brignac to White. White matched up with the shorter Johnson. Wants to try to back him down. Slashes across the lane, passes it out, and tap stolen away by Williams. Up ahead Mitchell, pump fake, drawing the foul, cannot score it, but he'll shoot a pair. Really nice job there by Mitchell. Almost got himself a three-point play. Again, between Munson and Mitchell, the duo averaging over 38 points a game. Both have been quiet throughout large portions of this game. But if they can step up late and finish it off, it'll be the 4th straight quarterfinal appearance for Bonnabel. Could have used some towel boys and girls here tonight, but I'm sure all the players on the floor don't mind the brief breather. That was team foul number 5 on West Jeff, but a shooting foul has Mitchell at the stripe to shoot 2. First one short. This has not been the best shooting night for the high-scoring Bruins. But Mitchell can put his team up 5, and he does. Bruins have doubled up West Jeff here in the fourth quarter, 10-5. 2:34 clock running. Here's Lloyd dribbling back and forth across the top of the arc. Down low to White, who is fouled. Allen with the reach in on team foul number 10. So 2 free throws coming to the Bucks. Silly foul to make there, but a sophomore. Sometimes too over-aggressive trying to make things happen. First free throw good. Coach Hunt says White's had a growth spurt. He's close to 6'5" now. The lefty misses the second free throw. It remains a 4-point contest. Bonnabel with the ball in the lead. Munson forward to Johnson. Back to Rodney Munson. He plays catch with Johnson. Stepping out and shooting a 3. Williams, a monster 3-ball. 2 huge threes in the quarter by Tyron Williams and Theo Johnson. Now quickly the other way. Layup is partially deflected, but the follow try will put Brignac to the line. White not able to convert, but Brignac will shoot 2, and West Jeff needs them with 1:58 to go. All of the Bucks will huddle with their head coach, except the foul shooter, for a couple of words of wisdom. Hunt pacing the sidelines quite a bit tonight. His counterpart, Glenn Dyer, mostly sitting and observing. Free throw on the line, drive good by Brignac. No matter what happens on the second, back to a 2-possession ball game. The difference, the big threes by Williams and Johnson here in the final period. Second free throw, too much English on it. Another big rebound for Tyron Williams. He scored in double figures. He's rebounded well, too. Now down low, Allen. Great feed from Johnson. Gets him to the line for 2. Brignac stunned, but he did get him with the body from behind. And Bonnabel not looking to take the air out of the ball. Attacked quickly and got the big sophomore a pair of free throws for their efforts. First one around the world and pops out. Bonnabel has left a slew of points tonight at the foul line, but could lead by 7 if this one's in, and it is, and it would have been a lane violation on West Jeff anyway if he'd have missed. Timeout called by Bonnabel. Up by 7 with just 1:46 left. West Jeff has just 1 timeout left. Bonnabel with 2 remaining. Possession arrow pointing the way of West Jeff if that comes into play. Actually, correction, it's not corrected on the scoreboard. The arrow belongs to Bonnabel, although the scoreboard says the arrow belongs to the home team. Hanville still with the lead halfway through the fourth quarter, up by 4 on number 1 seeded Thibodaux. Winner of this one will play the winner of Lagrange and Ponchatoula. A cross-state matchup there. This one, a Jefferson Parish battle between 2 District 8 5A rivals. Bonnabel went through the district undefeated, mostly dominating, including a 29-point win here just 3 weeks ago. But it's been a dogfight tonight. West Jeff with a chance, but they need conversions in a hurry. Lloyd patiently on the dribble, crosses over Mitchell, gets by him, shot erased by Allen, going out of bounds with 1:32 left. Lloyd and Jones have been slashers and successful doing so throughout most of the night. Jones with 17 points will inbound for WestJet. LeBlanc with it, back to Jones for three, short. Another rebound for Tyron Williams. WestJet will pressure for a while, then think about fouling, one would think. Williams almost had it stripped away, but the foul's called on the Bucks with 1:19 left. And that should be team foul number 7, so it's 1-and-1 time. At a big advantage for WestJet here, despite being down 7. They can put Bonnabel to the line for the 1-and-1 a couple more times if they need to. Williams, too strong, rebound, Jones and WestJet. Jones will keep it himself. Behind the back dribble, passes back outside, passing up the shot and driving and not able to score as LeBlanc. Rebound on the floor is a loose ball. That should be a held ball, and the arrow belongs to the Bruins. The arrow did indeed come into play with 1:05 to go here in the fourth quarter. Williams will look to work it in. Mitchell normally has those duties, but this time a chance for both he and Munson to play off the ball and try to catch it. You want them with the ball in their hands. Inbounds to Munson. Munson will try not to give it up, but he has to. He's trapped. Feeds Mitchell. Clock inside a minute to go. At some point, you've got to foul. WestJet still going for the steal, and now Munson is fouled with 51.2 seconds left. Another 1-and-1 facing the Bruins, but it's their top gun who hasn't had to do much of the scoring, at least as he normally does. Tonight he's in double figures. One in the bonus time. First one good by Munson. Natchitoches Central, the 9 seed, defeating number 8 Southwood 66-57. That means the Chiefs will play the winner of Hahnville-Thibodaux. Second free throw, Munson drains it. And Bonnabel will call their second to last timeout with a 9-point lead. Bruins were up double figures in the third quarter. A run that stretched into the fourth quarter. Up 20-2 for the Bucks, gave them a 4-point advantage. But Bonnabel undeterred, able to fight back and showing they're not just a two-man show of Munson and Mitchell. Tyron Williams, a junior. Theo Johnson, a sophomore, playing so well here. Williams throughout the game. Johnson in the second half. Two off the bench who have been key contributors. WestJet has brought sophomore Jeremiah Cook in to add some more shooting, as they'll need to launch some threes in this final minute if they want to pull off a miracle rally. Lloyd quickly across the timeline. WestJet needs to get going. They try to set up Cook for a shot. It's not available. Now Lloyd will take a contested three, and it's nothing but net. Timeout, WestJet. They'll burn their final with 37.6 to go. Still with a heartbeat. They can go for the steal and put Bonnabel at the line for 1-and-1 one more time if they can't come up with one. We may have another boys playoff basketball game for you Friday. We'll have an announcement later in the week, but CCS will have at least 10 high school baseball streams, including multiple simulcast games on Cox Sports this season, as baseball season just in its early stages, while basketball in the postseason has taken center stage. And we've been treated to a good one here on the West Bank. Once again, Tyron Williams, the junior, will look to inbound for Bonnabel. They'll try to put it in the hands of Munson or Mitchell. Mitchell has it. Passes out of the double team quickly. Great job by Bonnabel against the pressure. And it's the money man, Munson, who will go to the line. On team foul number 9 for West Jeff. Bucks will again sub in Cook for shooting purposes, as Brignac will head back to the sideline. Rodney Munson, a state champion early in his high school career at De La Salle, a star the past 2 seasons at Bonnabel. Misses on the first free throw, just what West Jeff needed. Lloyd with the board. Inside 30 seconds left. Lloyd drives, kicks off the hands of a teammate. Loose ball on the floor. Cook comes up with it. Cook will pass it off. West Jeff needs to shoot. Lloyd reverse layup. How about that finish? A 4-point game. And quickly fouling in the backcourt. And probably the one guy on the floor they wanted to foul, the sophomore Johnson. If not Allen, the 2 youngsters. But that is team foul number 10, so 2 free throws coming the way of Theo Johnson in a 57-53 ball game. West Jeff without timeouts left will put Brignac in for Antonio Wells. Actually, a correction for a moment they had, and it is team foul number 10. We had that right, just put on the board late. Which is good news for Bonnabel and Johnson. A 5'11 sophomore. Hit a big 3 earlier. Too much juice on that foul shot. West Jeff with a heartbeat. Second Johnson free throw, rims out, rebound Bucks. Here comes Warren Jones. Forward to White, a prayer not answered. Loose ball in the hands of Cook. Tries to shoot on the baseline, but traveled with 1.4 to go, and that'll do it. A valiant effort by West Jefferson, but the Bonnabel Bruins will survive and advance and reach the state quarterfinals in Class 5A for a 4th consecutive season. The season ends for West Jeff at 23-11. Bonnabel improves to 26-5 and moves on to the state quarterfinals. Well, they'll take on the winner of Ponchatoula and LaGrange and battle for a spot in March Madness in the state semifinals. I want to thank Carl Nini, athletic director of Jefferson Parish, for his help putting this game on for you tonight, along with the principal of West Jeff, Miss Vanessa Brown-Lewis, and help from head coach Kevin Hunt and his counterpart Glenn Dyer to help us bring you the best information we could for what was an excellent game tonight. Bonnabel pulls out the win and avoids the upset on the road, 57-53 at West Jeff. Thanks so much for joining us here on CCS. You can watch a replay of the contest on CrescentCitySports.com. We sign off from the West Bank. Thank you so much for tuning in, and have a great Mardi Gras and a pleasant good night.